cool.
Muy buenos días, good morning people, we are here again, estamos aquí de nuevo con vosotros, vamos a estar retransmitiendo y no podíamos perder esta ocasión, we can't miss this opportunity to stay here with the head judge of this EMPRO Classic. Vamos a estar con Becky, que es la juez principal de EMPRO. Becky, good morning, nice to meet you, it's a pleasure for us to be here with you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I've judged in Spain before and judged Emilio's shows, and they're just the best productions. He does so much to take care of the athletes and put on a really good show, and I'm always excited to be a part of it. So I'm excited to be back.
We are also excited, está muy emocionada, viene directamente desde los Estados Unidos para juzgar aquí, no es la primera vez que viene, le gustan muchísimo las producciones que se hacen aquí en España de estas competiciones. Bueno, de hecho me ha comentado que venía desde Ohio y lleva 24 horas de viaje, 20 hours from Ohio now, so maybe you are quite tired today.
Yes, that's why I'm not looking sweaty or super fresh right now. I'm a little bit tired, but happy to be here. It was a smooth trip here. Can't ask for anything more. And I know that I'll sleep today and I will be ready for the next 2 days because they're going to be big. They're going to be exciting.
Sure, necesita dormir un poco, seguro que hoy se relaja, tranquila y mañana ya va a ser un día increíble, va a ser amazing. Tomorrow will be amazing with amateurs and more and more amazing on Sunday with this pro show. How do you feel? What's your expectation about here in Spain with this pro show?
Well, there's a lot of hype, especially for the bodybuilders. It's going to be exciting. I always get a little bit nervous for these big shows just because I want to make sure we get the decision right, and I think it's going to be tough. I think there is going to be a battle for the win in the Olympia qualification, which makes me super excited, and I think it's going to be something that everyone's really waiting to see the outcome for. So I can't wait. As a fan of the sport as well, I can't wait.
Thank you. Pues nos está comentando que está muy emocionada para el domingo, que hay mucha expectación por esta, sobre todo en esa categoría, ¿no? En bodybuilding, que está muy nerviosa, pero que está ya deseando de juzgar y ver quién será pues ese atleta que se va a ir directo al Mr. Olympia este noviembre en Orlando. Tell us, Becky, did you review bodybuilders previous to the show to look their condition previous to this EMPRO Classic?
I don't really look online at their previous condition because we all know things can change, and really what matters is what they look like on stage. So sometimes I know some of their records, like if they've done well in other shows, but honestly, you know, what they post on Instagram and stuff like that, to me, doesn't matter. It's how they show up on stage. So I will judge the show as I see it and not worry about anything else.
Perfecto. Nos está comentando, bueno, le preguntaba si antes de venir a puntuar, pues si chafardea un poquito, si echa un vistazo a esas redes sociales y a esas puestas a punto, esas condiciones que ya presentan los culturistas y que está generando pues ese hype en redes sociales, pero nos dice que no, que ella va a puntuar lo que ve aquí en este momento, en ese momento cuando se suban a la tarima, es lo que va a puntuar y es lo que le da también pues esa emoción y que no se condicione por nada. Regarding athletes, do you think maybe it's not so good to review these competitors, the other competitors previous to their shows, because maybe they can be so nervous, maybe they are comparing to other athletes? What do you think?
I think it's better to not compare yourself to other athletes. I was a competitor myself, and going into shows, I just focused on myself because I would psych myself out just by seeing other people's photos or maybe what they'd done in the past. And a lot of what you see online anymore is not really what shows up on stage. You know, there's no guarantee anyone's going to show up that way. And really, you can't control that. It's better to just focus on yourself, bring your best, and then just whatever happens, happens. I think it's better for your sanity, too.
Pues mucho mejor para vuestra salud mental que como atletas tampoco estéis mirando pues esas redes sociales, esos otros atletas, porque al final pues va en detrimento de vuestra preparación. Ella tiene esa experiencia también como atleta, lo ha vivido en sus carnes y va mucho más tranquila, preparándose, pensando en ella misma y preparando esos shows. Some advice for those athletes, amateur athletes, for tomorrow to achieve their dreams, to achieve this pro card?
I think confidence is a big thing. Some people get nervous getting on stage. I think every one of these athletes has worked so hard to get to this point. They need to be confident in the package that they brought. They're all going to look amazing, as everybody does, you know, after bringing everything together for show day. And really, confidence helps a lot, too, in your presentation and just what you project to the judges. So I would say for them to not be nervous as much as possible and just really be confident and proud of what they bring to the stage. Then they're going to feel good about their experience, and we're going to notice it, too.
Sobre todo, el principal consejo que nos da Becky al subir al escenario es confianza, mucha confianza, subir ahí, darlo todo, disfrutarlo, porque eso se transmite. Y el resto, pues ya lo lleváis hecho. So, Becky, here we have our energy drink because you need to recover. So, cheers with Big Man Energy Drink. Is one of our sponsors, and I think that is one of the best drinks that you can ever taste.
Absolutely. Cheers.
So cheers. Let's drink a little bit because today, hoy va a ser un día largo, espectacular. Chin chin. A vuestra salud. Wow. Está impresionante. Big Man Energy que nos va a ayudar todo el fin de semana. So, Becky, a lot of people love this sport. I have a question for you. For you, this is an sport? You consider bodybuilding as a sport or as a show?
Well, it's a little both, I guess, if you think about it, especially for the women. It's a little bit of pageantry and beauty that goes along with it, but it is a sport because it's so physical. You have to be very athletic, strong, you have to have endurance, and you need discipline, just like any other sport. So I think definitely this is a sport, and probably the hardest because of the dieting factor. Not many other athletes could diet 24/7 to get ready for this. So I think it's one of the most extreme sports out there.
Yes, and a lot of people don't know about all this effort that you need to put into this sport. Show, people can ask you for feedback, or how do you manage the feedback for the athletes?
Usually the promoter will give out my email. I am on Instagram, but sometimes I don't get all of the DMs because I get a lot of DMs from everyone. But I will stay after the show. If anyone wants to just talk to me and ask for feedback directly, I will provide it right then.
Perfect, directly here in the competition. So, ella está siempre dispuesta a dar feedback. Le estaba preguntando, ¿no? Cómo maneja el tema de los feedbacks con los atletas. Y nada, que a ella le encanta, pues eso, que se le puedan acercar después del campeonato. Así que mira, genial para todos los atletas. Si tenéis cualquier tipo de duda de qué es lo que se puntúa o cómo os ha ido pues en esas posiciones, podéis preguntar directamente a Becky, que estará encantada de ayudaros. Something special to win the shows. It's more important condition, size. I think that it's complicated and it depends on each category. But for example, for woman, start with woman. Woman is quite different because we can't be so hard, no? The skin is different regarding men. So some advice for women and some advice for men for the condition that they need to have in the show?
Yes, so for women, obviously not as conditioned as the men, and starting with bikini, that is a fit physique, but certainly not that real grainy, hard look. They're not extra lean, they're not striated, they're just a fit, healthy physique all the way up to bodybuilding, which you can see a little bit more of that for the women. But it's not about being overly conditioned. The big thing to remember is it's still bodybuilding, so you're building your shape. We want to see every division have a shape that's built on a foundation of muscle. So if it were just conditioning alone, we'd see a bunch of skinny people winning shows and they would have no muscle left. So it's still about bodybuilding. I think the perfect balance is still having that shape, but being conditioned enough to be lean and fit. And then, of course, with the men, as you go into bodybuilding, that's where you see the real extreme differences. You see striations, vascularity, graininess. That's what we're looking for, but not at the expense of conditioning or the expense of muscle or balance. Like, they need to be symmetrical and all of that. So it does all play a factor, and I will tell everyone, a lot of people think you can win on conditioning alone, and that's not the case. You've got to have the shape to go with it.
Pues aquí nos estaba comentando Becky, súper bien explicado en cada categoría un poquito pues la condición esta que se pide, ¿no? No solo con condición es suficiente para ganar, hace falta pues ese tamaño, esa simetría, vascularidad y en cada categoría más o menos, ¿no? Empezando desde las chicas bikini, pues que se busca un físico saludable, fit, pero a partir de ahí pues ya vamos subiendo un poquito en el grado de vascularidad, de definición, simetría, condición. So it's a pleasure to talk with you, and you know that in Salud Fitness TV we have just launched a new program for women, only for women.
Oh, I love that.
We will start next week on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. in Spain. And we are sharing this experience with Cristina Chatti, with Verónica Gallego, and with Ivana Skandar.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
we are 4 in this new podcast for women, and I want to invite you to this program,
I would
and we will be delighted to have in our program. So I will talk you.
Absolutely. You can count me in. I look forward to it.
Thank you very much. So, hasta aquí la entrevista con Becky. Ha sido un placer. La acabo de invitar al nuevo programa Por Nosotros en Salud Fitness TV, que vamos a estrenar ya el martes que viene a las 8. Todos los martes vamos a estar en directo, acompañada de Cristina Chatti, de Verónica Gallego y de Ivana Skandar, con invitadas cada semana pro. Y aquí ya tenemos a una nueva invitada que va a ser Becky en el próximo programa. Bueno, de aquí un par de semanitas, ya os lo confirmaré, porque el martes que viene tenemos sorpresa, ya tenemos invitada confirmada y os lo diremos por redes sociales, así que atentos. Becky, thank you very much. Have a good day, a resting day, and see you tomorrow here freshly in this EMPRO Amateur.
Yes, thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you, see you later, Becky. Bye bye, nos despedimos. Hasta luego, que aquí seguimos con estas retransmisiones. Y con Big Man.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much,
This was
Becky.
great.